Alright, hello guys, it's me, Clock, and we're playing It Paints Me, a visual novel. This may have distressing themes in it, plus 18, if you're not prepared for some distressing themes, then just leave now. Every night, I find myself alone in the studio, curtains drawn tight, my neat row of paints, palette and brushes in the same place on the drawer by the easel. The canvas upon it sits, as always, unfinished. Mary's half-painted face frozen in empty song. I had a stroke, yes. For sure. It's late out, as it always is when I awaken here. Mary is nowhere to be found. She must still be at the theater. Even when the curtains fall and the stage lights dim, the night is forever young to its star sopranos. I would always wait outside her dressing room, roses in hand, scores of other bright-eyed admirers spilling through the halls, though she alone was mine, and I was hers. Okay. It's cold, bitterly cold tonight, but still I draw the curtains and open the windows wide. There's a stench in the room, deep and damp and sickly sweet, that I can't ever seem to be rid of. Besides that, the fumes from the linseed oil make my head spin. Like every night, I measure out my paints, arrange the small dabs of color on my palette from lightest to darkest. Titanium white and cadmium yellow to corpse brown and lamp black. Wait, corpse brown? Is that a real paint color? Who made that one? Who knew what a corpse looked like? Wet my brush with oil and gently start mixing the pigments. That's a little fucked up, man. Feels just a little bit like magic, watching them swirl and mix, foaming new colors from old. Don't ask questions. True. This is a mortician. He's a painter. I paint her hair with corpse brown. A blend, a dark deep red, and apply it with a generous dab of oil to a patch of background that blends in with Mary's hair. I didn't have to. The paint is still wet from the last night and the night before. I must have painted and repainted the same background countless times. To say it's difficult to paint by lamplight, my muse nowhere in sight, is an understatement, of course. But lately these nightly hours are the only time I find myself able to lift my brush. Okay, I stop every few strokes. Spirits, it hurts. Second. I had joked that the pain that forced me away from the tailor's shop meant I could finally return to my paintings at the very least. I was never any good at humor. Me either, brother. I'm terrible. I'm not funny. Mary had sensed my worries, consoled me, sweetly, in her voice that could charm stone to life. Oh, Sam, don't worry. I have roles lined up for months. Go ahead and paint. We can still live comfortably. Ooh, it hurt. A small part of it did, beyond the physical, beyond the ailments, to seek her permission. Ugh! That is a feels bad, man. Man or woman, it probably don't feel too good. To be unable to care for my darling, the way I had when we were young, brimming with talent, but crushingly unknown. Well, she had been. Yo, keep telling yourself that, Mr. Baron Blackjack. You'll get there one day. I was and still am nothing. It'll get better, bro. It'll get better. You just keep trying. But perhaps, finally, it would now be my turn to bring my vision to the world. If only it didn't hurt so damned much. Time passes and I still don't manage more than a few strokes. A small patch of dark over an already wet canvas. Perhaps time hasn't passed at all. The broken clock on the wall would suggest as much. Perhaps the seconds have lain still, the world outside unchanging, and I, the only thing that moves. Have I moved? Is repeating the same brushstrokes like a clockwork doll movement? I shiver and sigh. Perhaps sleep would be a better endeavor. I'll invade. Yeah, you'll never find me. I'll be in the Arctic. Perhaps the next night will meet more success. setting aside my paints and palette, and slowly move to shut the windows. I stop. There, out in the front garden, barely lit by a street lamp, stands a figure that can only be Mary. She bids goodbye to another figure, tall and broad-shouldered, and then she laughs. A beautiful laugh, a heartfelt laugh, and embraces him before he makes his reluctant exit on a carriage stopped by the gate. Hey, yo! Mary! That quick, huh? For a moment, I don't know what to think. A friend, a co-star perhaps, that amiable tenor that she mentioned every now and then. I didn't see his face, but Mary's social circle had always eclipsed mine own. It must be. But why would he come to our home? Why would she laugh that way? I'll piss on the Arctic. Don't worry, I'll be standing next to you, pissing too. In the garden, in the midst of walking to the front door, humming to herself, Mary suddenly looks up. For a moment her eyes go wide, and she blinks as if shaking herself from a daze. I instinctively step back from the windows. Perhaps it's guilt that makes me do so. Mary is finally home, and oh, I've missed her so. How could the first thing I think upon seeing my darling be the worst thoughts my mind could conjure? For the first time in many, many nights, I feel just well enough to leave the studio. I'll prepare Mary a pot of her favorite chamomile tea. Chamomile tea? I say chamomile. I'll listen as she tells me of the nights, the theater, the thousand small anecdotes she never runs out of, and maybe, just maybe, ask her again to sit for a portrait for me, like she used to. This is just sad, bro. I didn't know. I thought it was horror. It's categorized as horror, so something horrific is gonna happen. Layers of fear style, I'm sure. The house feels larger than it used to. Yo, we ain't simping for Mary. Mary's gone. You better get your paints and start doing caricatures on the street, brother. Perhaps I was shut in the studio too long. Still, how could I so quickly become a stranger to my own home? The memories are fuzzy, the years blur together like a wash of oil colors. My mother and I, carrying our sparse luggage, stepping inside for the first time. My stepfather laughing, his elbows on the breakfast table, chattering over something he'd read in the paper. Then silent hallways and empty rooms. There's like wind. And then myself, welcoming my new bride to these solitary halls, hanging our newly taken portraits above the mantel. No way, no shot. No shot, bro. That's your wife? That's not just your mistress? That's not just your muse, that's your wife? And she out here giggling, laughing, hugging random dudes you don't know? It's over, bruh. It's over, brother. Oh my, it's over. It's wadi-da. The walls are barren now. Oh my god. Smut pays well? Why? He's gonna be drawing smut of his wife. God. Oh. It hurts. It hurts my soul. I feel the walls in the dark, leaving sticky trails of paint behind, tracing the places where I used to hang. The photographs? No, the paintings. You're a painter, right? The paintings. You're a painter. The paintings I've framed, the seaside landscape I'd painted on our honeymoon, the watercolor sketch of Mary that couldn't hope to capture the sheen of her hair, the still life of the roses in a cracked vase. Oh, how my darling loves roses. Gone. Cleared away. What? The naked walls stare blankly at me. Confused, but with nowhere else to go, I continue through the house. Am I a ghost? Am I fucking dead? Is that the twist right now? I'm dead? What, did I just die in my painting room? Oh, no, no, no. Now I'm forever cucked to watch my former wife do it with some dude. Oh, no. As I walk, I pass the furniture my stepfather left me. The shelves and tables that always seemed so large and grand as a boy, now missing or mantled in thick white linen. They remind me of corpses on a hospital table, lying dead still, covered in sheets. Where... First the corpse brown, and now corpse is on a hot... Where did you work, man? Because apparently you did a lot more than just painting. Okay, if you're seeing dead bodies. Mary? I try to call out, but phlegm blocks my throat. I cough, long and drawn and wet, and then once more attempt to voice her name. Mary? Slicks off my tongue like a serpent uncoiling. I had always loved her name, so tender and sweet, free of harsh syllables. Mary. It was a name like an impressionist fleur, painted in soft strokes with a fine oil brush. Bruh, I can't roll my R's, okay? I can't go fleur. I can't do it. Deal with my lisp. Okay, chat? This man is creepy. No wonder she's cheating. I think he's dead, okay? I think he's creepy because he's a spooky, scary ghost. It was the greatest joy in the world to join my name to hers. Silence fills the halls, a long, drawn-out silence. A held breath. Finally, my darling answers. Sam? Is this a dream? I cough again, another long, wet trail dripping from my lips. Is it a good dream, darling? I don't know. It feels like a nightmare. What? The first thing you see and you call me a nightmare? It's over, brother. Just walk out the door. An awful, wretched nightmare. I limp towards the sound of her voice. So musical, so lovely. Even at the brink of tears. Don't cry, darling, I want to say. But thick, syrupy liquid fills my throat. Or I'm Frankenstein, a zombie. No matter what troubles you, I am here. She stands at the edge of the staircase, shaking, a candlestick in hand. I don't see that candlestick. The steps are sticky and wet. I inch carefully, practically at a crawl, not to slip. My darling lifts the candle as I approach. In the dark of the house, its flickering flame almost blinds me. I don't see the expression on her face as she screams. Oh, I'm a zombie. I'm not a ghost. I'm worse. Yeah, Twitch don't like that word. Chill out on using it. Mary, where are you, my darling? Every word feels like a dagger puncturing my throat. I limp down each hall, leaving a trail of steps that feel damp and heavy and slick and wet. I try the door to our bedroom. No, Mary's room. I'd started sleeping in the spare one when my coughing fits would wake her in the night. So I'm dead. Did she keep my body? Excuse me? It was cold, so cold, alone. But my darling needed her rest. Is my name Connor? Ayo? The knob is slick and hard to twist. My hand slipping on the brass. Finally, I managed to push the door open. Did she make a deal with a hag? Like, what's going on here? Though it's completely dark when I peer inside, I know it is empty. No warmth, no flesh, no sound of sweet breath within. I thought that said sweet brain. I'm gonna eat this chick. I'm not, and we're gonna eat her. Not eat her out. We're gonna eat that brain, okay? I continue down the hall. We're disgusting. We are a zombie right now, okay? Face falling off. Yo, hello! How you doing, man? I trudge, my steps heavy and wet, trying not to slip over the thick, slick surface. What am I, just bleeding everywhere, too? Mary, what's wrong, darling? Please come out. I don't understand. I have a 7-zip, and so if you type ghost, it just shows ghost from fucking... from Call of Duty. That's a good emote, okay? The dining room is empty, truly empty. The shelves where the china and silverware were once neatly stacked, now gape hollow. The walnut table is covered in a thick white sheet, the matching sets of chairs removed. Okay, but like, why is everything taken away? Like, why is she living here if everything's being put away? I don't understand that. Because even if he died, why are you, like, covering the house? Like you don't live here anymore. I rest against the blanketed table. My hand leaves a ruddy smear against the sheet. Must be more paint, though it's hard to make out in the dark. Oh, it's not paint. It's corpse brown, baby. I needed spectacles for quite some time, but Mary had never liked the bookish type. Hopefully she likes the decaying type. I continue on through the familiar yet unfamiliar house. My steps strained and slow, my breaths short, sticky, wet. Moist. Mary, where are you? Oh, Mary, it hurts. Won't you come to me? I hear the front door slam shut. Mary? It must be freezing cold out. Why has she gone to the garden? I tread to the sound with new urgency, uncaring of the sticky, wet floors, forgetting for just a moment the pain that snaps and burns through my flesh. I reach for the oily, damp knob. Why is everything gross, man? There's her again. Don't. Sam, please. What, eat your brains? Her voice rings from behind the door. I don't understand, darling. Have I done something to upset you? Imagine this dude haunting his ex-wife only to hear wet macaroni as he recites edgy poems. No! I don't think she'd be doing that while he's right there. Gotta have some respect for your dead ghost husband. I don't think he's a ghost, though. He's definitely a zombie. He's definitely zombie, dripping everywhere. Her sobs echo loudly. I never thought an ugly sound could come from my darling's lips, but her words. I love you, Sam. I always will. But I can't bear to see you like this. Please, I beg of you, return to where you came. You left my body in the attic, Mary. You can't be here. I've moved on now. You left me to rot up there, Mary. I came back just to say hi. What? Return where? Dearest, you aren't making sense. Moved on? I'm your husband, Mary. What on earth is there to move on from? Please remember, Sam. You were ill. You were ill for a long, long time, and you never recovered. I know that I'm unwell, Mary, but you said we would still... are you leaving me? Because I can't care for you anymore? Is that why? You left me. Okay, bro. Alright. Dying? Come on now. That's not... That's a little different of a sentence, okay? You don't say you left me when someone died, okay? Like, I really hope that's not how she views it. You died. You left me. You betrayed me. Okay, no. You're dead, Sam. You've been dead for more than a year. 1 year? 1 year was enough time? Fuck, dude. Maybe I sound like Aaron, but like, 1 year? Is all it took for you to be like, okay, forget about him. Nah, that's sad. That's either sad or the other guy has some goddamn moves, man. He was waiting in the back. He was biding his time. He was there every step of the way for that bitch, okay? She ain't a bitch, don't. I'm just joking. A little more than a year is perfectly fine. If this is a joke, darling, it's a cruel one. Do you want me dead? Is that it? Am I better off dead to you? Although if you were keeping your dead husband's body in the attic, it's a little odd to get back to dating in a year, you know, while he's still up there. That's a bit odd. That's not a joke. That's a bit weird, ain't it? My darling does nothing but sob behind the door. How quickly I regret my words. Oh, if only I could see her face, look into her eyes, reassure her and see that she still loves me. I twist the knob with slick, oily hands. No, don't come out, please! On the other end, with a sharp gasp, my darling grasps the knob closed, pushing the weight of her small frame against the weathered wood. It's not a bit weird, that's fucking wrong. Don't come out! I want to just say hi. Oh, I think this is a bit of a option here. Let's see my wife. My wife. Okay, let's open that fucking door. No, not until you tell me what's going on. Are you leaving me, darling? After everything, I need you. I need you. Oh, I think we're eating brains, brother. My darling utters a sharp cry as the hinges groan against the frame, loosening her grip as she stumbles back into the cobblestone path. I've literally got her running out of the house, man. I instantly forget her sharp words as I limp towards her side. Babe. 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 I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding out. I just need a little bit of brains. Mary, are you alright? I'm so sorry. Stop it, Sam. I'll keep you alive. Every time I sing, I'll sing for you. I'll keep you in my song, in my art. Oh, but it hurts. Her shrill voice grates against the ooze spilling forth from my ears. What am I? Dude, why am I oozing? Why am I melting? It hurts. It hurts. What am I, paint? Am I a paint zombie? My head rings. My chest is a hollow cavity, slippery and wet, flowing with hot, sickly fluid. I cough and spew more syrupy, warm liquid from my lips. Your art. It was always about you. Hello again. Your fame, your voice, your needs, your wants, your desires. You were a work of art, of course, but did you ever think about me? Did you ever think about poor Sam, dying alone in a cold white room? Poor Sam, who couldn't even hold the brushes in his hands at the end? Poor Sam, left to rot into nothing? A year was all it took to forget me? I'm shaking her, leaving smears of dark, muddy paint over her pale shoulders. The next moment, she breaks from me, running blindly into the street. Yeah, I might be terrifying my ex-wife. My former wife. Stop. No! No, I do not. Carriage doesn't stop for her. Of course it doesn't. Dude, I just got my wife ran over by a carriage? My dearest is a wisp of dark curls, a black gown billowing in the night like a shade. She should be light as a breath, soft as a mist. Oh. How heavy was that carriage, man? But the song that comes is the scream of her breaking bones, her ripping flesh, the breath that leaves her lungs. Ah, but every sound my darling makes is beautiful. Oh! I think she got mangled. I scoop her mass of flesh and deep crimson hair in my arms. Her blood pools around me, syrupy and dark, a color so deep no artist's pigment could hope to capture. The purest scarlet or vermilion red, a dull stain in comparison. Ooh, I think our zombie brother is kind of weird. It is not Sam that I see staring back in the deep pool of our blood. Oh! Yeah, okay, you looked pretty gross, man. You looked pretty bad. You're not doing so hot, brother. You're not doing so hot. You are quite... This is why your wife ran away from you, man. This is what happens when you stay in a room for a couple days and you don't shower, chat, okay? Don't do it. Take showers. Ugh. My darling is a lovely creature, even broken. Oh, I gently carry her up the steps, one slick, damp, crooked step at a time, seeing her mass of jutted bone, of viscera and flesh, on the velvet seat in my studio. The fabric soaks it deep, so very deep. But you know, now if you think about it, it looks like he has a head crab and a butthole for a face, dude. Okay, it's true. You're not wrong. Second, I mean, maybe if we can get her ghost back, everything, and then put her in the body, and then we got zombie wife and husband, I think that's pretty good, you know? It's like Corpse Bride. It's dark, as it is every night. I leave the lamps unlit, the windows shut tight. How strange that the stench of linseed oil ever bothered me. After all, I no longer breathe. My darling sits still, ever so still, not a breath escaping her broken flesh. What a lovely model. Oh, what a wonderful thing. Icon of agony. What? All the more beautiful now that it surely hurts to sing. Oh! Oh, it is agony to hold a brush. It always is, but I can bear it. My lungs are out of my Icon of agony. After all, who can truly create without pain? Oh! Yo! Hey, yo, what is that, bro? That's my beautiful wife. Ending 1, Muse. Alright, well, we got the first ending. It's my beautiful wife. She got some nice teeth. Okay, we're a zombie man. Let's go back to the choice. Instead of being a dick and forcing ourselves onto my wife, let's just go. Let's leave. Let her go, you know? We don't have to eat brains today. Let go of the door, my hand slicking off its oily surface. Forgive me, Mary. I can see you don't wish to speak to me right now. But whenever you do, whatever this is about, I'll be waiting in the studio. That's a little ominous. I can say asshole, but not butthole. Oh, it's because I let asshole. I let it. I allowed it. I haven't allowed butthole. I leave the door. I leave my darling alone, sobbing in the garden. It's dark, so very dark, but dawn will soon paint that dim black sky. Let me turn that up for y'all. Oh, yeah, of course, as soon as I turn up the volume, he stops. I retrace my slick, wet footsteps through the hall, up the staircase, one trudging damp step at a time. Spirits, it hurts, it burns. I feel no breath in my lungs. My chest could be a hollow cavity, slippery and wet, spilling with hot, sickly fluid. It hurts. Oh, it hurts. I stagger into a tall, sheet-covered object, the linen sliding off with the grasp of my clumsy, slick fingers. It's Mary's floor-length mirror. Oh, we're gonna see ourselves a little early. No. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I'm a monster! I'm so hot for a monster! Look at my hair! Honestly, for a zombie bro, a zombie monster bro, he's looking okay, you know. I guarantee you, there are a couple women out there that are just looking at this and they're saying would, okay? I guarantee you. Okay? 100%. Alrighty? And same with the woman earlier. Mary? Zombie Mary? There are dudes out there going, would. I'm in the studio. A dark, dim studio, as empty as it is every night. The curtains are shut. The lamps are... would, as a dude. Thank you. Even better, honestly. Even better. For both. True. Smash. My palette is a mess of murky colors. Rust reds. Corpse browns. There it is again. Is this... Chat, tell me. Is corpse brown a real color? Like, is that... Like, did someone make a paint and actually call it corpse brown? Wow. Just wow. A musky, sickly, sweetly rotting stench fills the room. I don't know why the smell of linseed oil ever bothered me. After all, I no longer breathe. The handle of the door turns behind me. Slowly, it creaks open. A figure steps inside. Oh! It's me. Wait. He limps more than he steps in, crooked motions against the floor, dragging his body along like a wet, wide brush as swaths of red pool at his feet. I watch him pull himself before the canvas. Icon of affliction. Samuel. Speaks in... Oh. Dude. Speaks in my mother's voice. Sorry, that was a different voice than I was trying to do like a zombie voice so that he would like finally understand. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Wow. That's not how his mother spoke, okay? I'm gonna say that now. A pitched cry of command, a dependency, derision, an affection. I thought this said affliction, pride, and disappointment. Whoops, my bad. Give up your suffering. Give up this. Come into the earth with me. Thanks, Mom. Wow. My hands are too slick to hold my brush. I stab it into my flesh, fix it between my bones, then dip the bristles into his blood. Sammy. Alglesia? He speaks in my stepfather's voice, wistful, choking back tears, the same cadence of his goodbye as he hugged me against his uniform, the dog tags cold around his neck. Don't suffer anymore, Sam. Forget your pain. Algesia? 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 I don't know how to pronounce that word. We're coming in the earth, baby. You're nothing already. Come into the void with us. The void? My brush is drying. I plunge it into his chest, wet it with oily breath. Okay, but the void or being a zombie? I'd much rather be a zombie, honestly. You know how cool that is to be the zombie? I mean, first you gotta get over being disgusting and having to eat brains. But then you just go around attacking strangers? That's pretty cool. And then what happens? Like maybe like a few years later, you get like a Warm Bodies-esque like transformation and you're back to normal. And no one cares that you ate brains. It's great. It's a good choice. Sam. Sorry. Speaks with my voice, hoarse and raspy and tired. So very, very tired. This won't make you worthy of love. Not the world's. Not Mary's. Not your friends or peers or critics. Come back to our grave. End our suffering. You know I don't do this for love. I clean my brush with the paint thinner, knocking over the jar as it spills across the drawer and onto the wet, soaking floor. I dry the bristles on my worn, rotting shirt and soak it in the thick, white mucus of his tears. Jesus, this is kind of disgusting, man. I've got to take a test. Hey, good luck. Thanks for tuning in between tests. My words are only partially true, just as his words are not fully wrong. Neither my rotting corpse nor the memory of what was once Sam will gain a thing from this toil. I paint the hours away, or perhaps take no time at all. The clock on the wall never turns its hands, suggesting that the world lies still, the seconds never pass, and I am the only thing that moves within it. It hurts. Oh, it hurts. Heavy, syrupy tears. Okay! A lot of exposition here, I know. I get it. Feel my throat, my chest, choking me. Every movement of my hands leave cracks in what's left of my brittle bones. He stares at me all the while, silent, still, like a mirror. If I loved him, I would stop. I would crawl to my grave like he wishes. But I love this more than I love myself. Painting! I birth him from within me. As I create, so too am I born. And he and I are beautiful. Whoa! Wait, we actually didn't draw myself at all, but we draw a pretty version of me, I guess. Does being a zombie come with this much edge? Yes. Ending 2, self-portrait. So ending 2, you're just cursed to paint forever in the attic? I don't know if that was a good one. I mean, I guess it's good because you left your wife alone. Mary deserves to move on. Music arts, story programming, and sound designs by Endesis. Sam voice clips, Morgan Mizumi. Thank you for playing. Very cool. Very cool. Oh. I don't know. Is that it? I think that might be it for the game. Let me just make sure it paints me. I think that might be it for the game. I think there's just 2 endings in this. I think so. 2 endings, yeah, 2 endings. Okay. What do you guys think is the better ending, honestly? Does being a zombie come with this edge? Yeah, I read that. Okay. That. Yeah, I think it was interesting. No love ending? I mean, the love ending is when you kill your wife. You get your wife killed, and then you take her body upstairs. That's the love ending, man. You get to love her forever, because you're both dead bodies. You're both zombies at that point. And the second ending is a lot more ambiguous. Obviously, it's his obsession before death. Even in that last ending where he said he claims to love his wife, but he's angry at her, and he understands that he's dead, you know, and it still goes back to painting some magnum opus, you know. So I'm not some theorist. I'm not a philosopher, you know. There's probably a lot to unpackage here, but I liked the story. It was good. It was decent. I feel like it was a little too easy. Like, the twist is that he's a zombie. I feel like that came on a little too quick. I think they should have tried to let that, like, drag a little bit longer. Make it more of a surprise, you know? Not make it so easy to guess. Anyways, with that, that's It Paints Me. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. And subscribe on the channel.